over the Celtics and the Knicks back-to-back. They defeated the Celtics. That was, of course, on Thursday. No LeBron, no AD. Austin Reeves with the 32. And then they go into Madison Square Garden on Saturday and beat the Knicks. This time, LeBron did lead the way. This team has a funny way of just dragging you back in if you stop believing. Does this do anything for you, Chandler, as far as their overall where they're headed?
I mean, it just shows us that they can still compete. They can still beat anybody on any given night. And this Lakers-Celtics game was insane. Like, the no AD, no LeBron. That says to me more about the Boston Celtics and their, lack of maturity during that game to not put them away early and end up losing that game. And honestly, it wasn't even really close. That says to me more about them. Now, when you look at the Lakers, look at all the assets and all the moves they did last year, I've always, I never worry about them because I do think they're going to make these moves, and I do think they're going to kind of be there at the end. And you see with Joel Embiid, it's 1-2 injuries away from this thing being wide open. So I do like this for the Lakers. I think they're going to catch a rhythm here. I do still think they're going to make a move. It's kind of exhausting talking about who it's going to be. We know it's not going to be Zach LaVine now, so maybe is it more now DeJounte Murray? But it's interesting because they can show you that with even without a healthy LeBron James and AD, they can go and be arguably the best team in the NBA. So they have the talent. But I think once they get over this trade deadline and over, D'Angelo Russell and all this talk, I think the team will be set. And I do think that they'll make a run. But are they enough to compete and win a championship? Who knows? But for now, I don't know. They're kind of stuck in this middle until they either make a move or don't. Then we can talk about them after the trade deadline.
Okay, can't talk about it until then. Lou, what do you think? Is there enough here?
Yeah, I agree with Chandler. What was interesting to me, Chandler, in that Boston game is without AD and LeBron, they played like a completely different basketball team. They played fast, the ball was moving, and played with a lot of energy. D'Angelo Russell was playing out of his mind. He was making every play down the court. Torian Prince was making big shots, and so they look different. I hope that they learned something from having the two big guys sitting out and then LeBron coming back in the guard and able to anchor them through a win. But no, I don't see this team being able to get to the conference finals how they're built currently. I think they're two really good wins on a long West Coast road trip, on a Grammy road trip. But I don't see them competing for a championship or getting to the finals with how they're built at this current moment.
The Grammy road trip. Shams, the latest on what they are planning to do before Thursday's deadline.
I think the Lakers going into this week, DeJounte Murray appears to be a top target. I would keep an eye on him. Brooklyn has a few players, Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, Royce O'Neal, Tyus Jones in Washington. Those are all names to keep an eye on. But the question is, do you make a move now, get rid of a first-round pick potentially, or save up those picks? You have 3 first-round picks available in the offseason if you choose to wait till the summertime. But Jared Vanderbilt, he has a serious injury in his foot. I'm told the Lakers will know for sure at some point this week whether he will be out for the season, but at minimum, he's going to be out for the foreseeable future. And that could definitely change the dynamics of this deadline because at one thing, you could be prioritizing a wing player more going into this deadline, a guy like Dorian Finney-Smith potentially, but what other wing is out there on the market where you can have a point of attack defender, some size on the wing? I think that could be a priority for them. But those are really the scenarios to keep an eye on. And I think Vanderbilt's injury now puts an emphasis even more on getting a point of attack defender.
There are a lot of potential moves to be made. So many places. Lou, on Saturday, LeBron said that he's just not quite sure what he plans on doing with that player option. Do you believe him?
Yeah, I believe him. I think LeBron's has proven over the years how seriously he takes his business side of basketball. He's always held his cards close to his chest, always had a poker face when it comes to what move he's going to make next and where he's going to go and how he's dealt with those things. And I think this is the same. You're looking at a team who's still trying to find their footing, still trying to figure out their identity, what kind of team they're going to be, if they're going to be able to compete at the highest level. As we can see with the tweet with the hourglass, he put some apprehension out there with that. And, you also got the aspect of him saying publicly he wants to play with his son, Bronny. So I think some of that hedges on whether Bronny stays in college or whether he decides to flirt with the draft if he feels like he's prepared for that leap. And, we might see LeBron James end up somewhere a little funky for the opportunity to play with his son. And so who knows what happens? But I do believe him. He's going to play this thing out until he makes a final decision that's best suitable for LeBron James.
Interesting, Chandler. Where do you think he's going to go? What are his plans? Get in his mind.
First of all, I think this man knows everything. I think he already knows that Bronny's declaring for the draft. He probably already has a backdoor deal with the team where he's going to squad up with him. The minute you see Bronny James declare for the draft, they know who's taking him, and you know where LeBron James is going. You believe that. There's no way this dude, with the season he's having right now, is just going to declare for the draft and leave it up to luck. If he does that, he's got a guaranteed deal, and that's where LeBron James is going. So I think time will tell on what
that's called tampering.
Yeah. Call it what you want, but that's what's happening. This guy is smart. He, like Blue said, he is business savvy. He is all about his next move, and he's not going to let us know, but just know when he declares for the draft, LeBron knows
everything's organized.
Yeah.
It's all scripted. We're all waiting.